Hi, this is Phil Parrott's Media Media Inc., your 4-minute mentor, and today we're talking about how you can create a cool-looking QR code instead of just the black and white blocks. Now, a QR code is short for Quick Response Code. It's a two-dimensional barcode that can store information in a square grid of black and white modules, but they don't have to be black and white. I've colorized the critical elements in this QR code. The orange squares are the finder patterns located in the three corners of the QR code. They help scanners detect the orientation of the code. The block in magenta is the alignment pattern. It helps the scanner adjust its focus and then make sure that the code is read accurately. Timing patterns are highlighted in blue and are a series of alternating black and white modules, or if you colorize them, it changes, that run along the edges of the QR code. They help the scanner determine the size and spacing of the modules. And the dark yellow square outside of the QR code is the quiet zone. This is really important, as your QR code needs to have a margin of space that surrounds the QR code so it's not right up next to another graphical element on your packaging. It helps the scanner differentiate the code from its surroundings, and it ensures very accurate scanning. The format information is highlighted in dark pink, and it's located around the positioning patterns. The format information contains the chosen data mask pattern and error tolerance of the code. This makes it easier for scanning. The version information is indicated in light yellow. This is an optional component. And the data region is all of the other stuff in the QR code. It consists of a grid of black and white or light and dark modules that represent the data. There's a great deal of error correction with QR codes. They have some leniency as to what you can do with them. The most important thing as you're designing your QR code artwork is that you test often so you know everything is working properly. Here's some slides showing how you can add an element like a logo or text to your QR code and still have it scanned because of the error correction. The important thing, again, is keep testing to make sure it still scans. In order to create your artwork, you're going to have to work with a vector image and software like Inkscape or Illustrator. I created my QR code on my website, barcodecreate.com. When you purchase, you get a vector PDF, an SVG file, which is like a vector EPS, and a JPEG. The first thing that you want to do is ungroup the image. Be really careful with all the blocks because they represent data, so be careful not to move any of them around. Sometimes when you open a vector image of a QR code, there's a frame or a white block behind the image. We want to get rid of that. Here I'm colorizing the QR code. Then I'm going to use a different color for the finder patterns, those big blocks. Now what I'm going to do is to select all of the blocks that are in orange, and I'm going to change the squares so they have rounded corners. To enhance this QR code, I'm going to first place a circle behind the code, and then I'm going to add text. You know, really, you need to give people a reason to scan a QR code. It's got to be fun or educational. They've got to have a reason, and it's your job to motivate the person looking at the code to scan it. If it's just going to your website, it's kind of a waste of time. You need to make it an event. Make them really happy that they took the time to scan the code. Now, I'm adding my site logo, I'm placing it here, and the QR code will still scan. Again, test. Something else that's important is to also have your URL as a fallback. If somebody doesn't have their camera handy, they can then type in the URL from the QR code. Also, if you have a QR code on your website, hyperlink the graphic to the destination URL. Lastly, I've expanded the artboard, and this QR code is ready for publication. Again, this is Phil Parrott's Media Media Inc., your 4-minute mentor. Please like this video and follow me. Thanks.